Hey everybody, and thank you for tuning into Woodcrest Bonsai. Today I'm going to work on this Portulacaria Jade. This is a fairly old tree, fairly robust, has a thick trunk. So here's my hand. So the trunk is about 1.5 inches, has decent nabari, but it's overgrown. It has some issues that I'm a little concerned about. This first main branch has very little foliage at all. And then if you look at it just really quickly, it almost looks like a slanting trunk, like this is the apex, but I had never planned on that. Oops, there went the concave gutters off the bench. Okay, pick them guys back up. Although Jade normally doesn't even need concaves because it's such soft wood. But this is the apex up in here. At least that was my plan. And this, pseudo apex is actually coming from the back branch. So to change it into a slanting trunk, I think, would just be too drastic. So this is going to be just a basic removal of all the excess. And most of the top just needs a haircut. It's now the middle of September, but this tree will be able to recover because it's still so hot here. In time for winter. Then we have this branch over here, which is part of the first main branch, and it can probably just completely come off, and you'll see the first main branch has some decent ramification. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to take that whole thing off. And right away we have a completely different tree. A tree that I like much, much better. This tree's been in this pot a long, long time. I don't know if I'm even going to attempt. Oh yeah, it'll pop out. Boop, 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 boop. Well, pretty root bound. So next spring, going to give it a root pruning, a repotting, and then really get into the styling. So here's a weird branch right here. Actually takes a right turn up and over, so we can get rid of him. And this entire tree has been clip and grow. I have not wired any of this tree. And Jade typically doesn't need to be wired. So there you go, much, much better. Just a few minutes of giving it a haircut. And then sometimes there's some detective work. So this apex right here is actually coming from way down here. So do we need that branch as part of the design in here like this? Probably not, but for now I'm just going to shorten it. I think I'm going to shorten this piece here too. I really want to promote the first main branch. It needs to be much thicker, much fuller. And the reason that it isn't is because I let the top grow too much. If we resurrect the part that made it look like it was a slanting trunk, you'll notice that it was the tallest place on the tree. So the tree said, well, this is now the apex. So it started pumping energy into that branch at the expense of some of the lower branches. And that's just typical of just about every tree. So that's one interesting part of having sacrifice branches. Try not to let your sacrifice branch get taller than the apex you want to keep, or the tree may begin to pump so much energy into the sacrifice branch that it will begin to quote-unquote ignore the apex. But overall, now this tree needs, for lack of a better term, what I call it being tricked out. So to really remove a bunch and wire everything into place and really create the next level of styling. But for now, I'm real happy with the way it turned out. So that's it for this video. Portulacaria Jade, probably about 10 to 15 years old, Shohin style, and just some cutback to keep it in line. Do not let your sacrifice branches, and that really wasn't even a sacrifice branch, but keep your apex if you want your apex to be the apex. Okay, I'm telling that to myself. I try never to tell you what to do. My whole impetus for doing this YouTube channel was to explain the way I do things, and if you can take some knowledge of how I do things and apply it to your bonsai, then that is fantastic. And if you think I'm absolutely out of my mind, then that's fantastic too. Sometimes I think I'm out of my mind. But anyway, please like, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and you'll be able to see whenever I drop a video. I attempt to do one a day, although Mother Nature has been really pounding the rain at us. I don't know if you can see, but the bench itself, see that one little dry spot? That's because I had a tray on there. This tray, look at this tray, it's totally full of water from the rain. So I moved that tray away, and you can see the rest of the bench is absolutely soaked. So put that baby back in place. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.